Ladies and gentlemen, my name is General. Welcome back once again to the Punch R. And any day can here. Mr. Say, subscribe to this particular channel. Subscribe here. Now, after what click on the like button now, you can leave your comment under the comment section for us to read and then help us grow this particular channel. But most importantly, as I always say, put us on post notification by clicking on the notification icon you see right there. Send a drop video be pet once I can to me about enjoy it. Now we all know that the AFCON 2025, I mean the African Cup of Nations, the 2025 edition will be starting on 21st of this month. That is 21st December 2025. And AFCON 2025 on the air here Morocco. And so this year the tournament is going to be hosted by the Atlas Lions of Morocco. This is the first time I'm hosting the AFCON tournament. And so Morocco, everything is going on well. Infrastructures, hotels, everything has been put in place at CAF Abu Juma. And so the AFCON will be starting off on 21st of December 2025 and it will continue on 18th of January 2026. And so do not forget that this particular video is going to be about the AFCON and Chebia Ebesha teams of qualify groups and Ahodo. I'll give you all the updates, and then I'll also talk about one mysterious thing that happened here during the 1963s when Ghana won the AFCON on 3 consecutive times. Something happened. I'll tell you, so don't go anywhere. This is the Punch. My name is General. So I'll start off with I'll give you a brief history about the AFCON tournament. And so you can say AFCON, that is the African Cup of Nations. It is a tournament countries from Africa and it has been approved by CAF and then by FIFA as well. So the first AFCON tournament was hosted on 10th of February 1957. 10th of February 1957. That was the date, and as I fear, on board the first ever African Cup of Nations. And guess who won it? In 1957, the tournament was won by Egypt. Yes, the Pharaohs of Egypt. They won the first ever or the first edition of this particular tournament, which was hosted in Egypt. Yes, yes, it was hosted in Egypt, and they won that particular tournament. And so they won it in 1957. So if you look at this particular picture that you see right here, this is the first logo for the AFCON in 1957. Now, let's move on. From there, as I said, Morocco is hosting this year's AFCON, but they have won it on just one occasion. That is on 1976. That was the year Morocco that is the AFCON. Yes, they won the AFCON in 1976. In that year, the tournament was hosted in Ethiopia. Ethiopia for the hosted AFCON in 1976. And it was Morocco and winning. So they are chasing their second ever AFCON title in their history. And Morocco for team now, looking at the players that they have this year, I tip them. They are one of the favorite countries to win the AFCON. They can do a host and win actually because they have some of the greatest players on the continent. Hakimi is there, Brahim Diaz is there. They have a whole lot of squad that are very good, and their coach too is a fantastic coach. They can win this year's AFCON. Don't forget that the last edition of the World Cup almost reached the semi-final stage. They knocked out countries like Portugal, Spain, Croatia, and all of those teams. And so Morocco will make a name in this year's AFCON. Don't forget that. Now, I'll give you the top 10 or the top 5 winners of the AFCON Magic titles. Dodo Pani years afia Omo Eji. Now, as I said, Morocco won it in 1976. And so if you look at this particular picture, these were the squad Omo J, the AFCON in 1976 for the Atlas Lions. And if you look at the goal if you look at this particular video that you are watching right now, that was the only goal APM in that particular final Omo Eje the AFCON trophy in 1976. Now, so In 1976, in 1957, after say Egypt edged the first ever AFCON, omo to trophy ni din Abdulaziz Abdallah Salem Trophy. That was the name of the AFCON trophy way back in 1957. Abdul Aziz Abdallah Salem Trophy. So in 1963, 1965, and in 1978, when Ghana won the tournament on 3 consecutive times, they awarded this particular trophy to Ghana on a permanent basis. Say, making history, AJ trophy on 3 consecutive times. They are giving them the trophy on a permanent basis. That is the Abdulaziz Salem Abdallah trophy. They are giving it to the Black Stars on a permanent basis. They are not going to return the trophy to CAF again. But something mysteriously happened after the trophy in Emma Ghana. The trophy got lost at the Secretariat of the Ghana Football Association. Up to now, who baby a trophy if I who nipa kwa obe a trophy we don't know how the trophy managed to get out of the GFA Secretariat. And so that particular trophy at Ghana, all of them are blasters on a permanent basis. Up to now, the trophy is missing. We don't know the whereabouts of that particular trophy. And so, however, that particular trophy, it was stolen from the GFA Secretariat. Up to now, we don't know where the trophy is or who took the trophy. And so that is some small history. I'm not sure you know about this particular history about the AFCON trophy and all that. And so that's how things are going. And over more Africa, this particular continent, who have won the AFCON trophy in most times. Egypt has won it on 7 different occasions, imagine 7 times. And so they are the leading country with the most AFCON trophies on the continent of Africa with 7 titles. They won it in 1957, they won it in 1959, they won it in 1986, they won it again in 1998, 2006, 2008 when it was hosted in Ghana, and the last time they won it was in 2010. So Egypt has 7 AFCON trophies. Cameroon comes on second place with 5. They won it in 1984, 1988, 2000, and the last time Cameroon won it was in 2017. Ghana has 4 titles: 1963, 1965, 1978, and then 1982. So the last time that the Black Stars won a trophy was in 1982. About 43 years now, Yintumi the AFCON trophy. The last time Yintumi was in 2015. The quarterfinals against, I think it was against Ivory Coast when we lost on penalties, 9-8 on penalties. Now Nigeria comes on fourth position with 3 trophies: 1980, 1984, and in 2013. And then Ivory Coast comes on 5th place with 3 trophies as well: 1992, 2015, and then the last edition, which was in 2023, almost share Nigeria 2-1 in that particular finals. Algeria also has 2, 1990 and then 2019. DR Congo also has 2, 1968 and then 1974. Senegal has 1 and all of that. And so that is how the AFCON trophy is looking like. And so this year, here is how the groups are looking like for this year's AFCON. We have 6 groups of 4. So the group A has Morocco, that is the host nation, Mali, Zambia, and then Comoros. Group B has Egypt, South Africa, Angola, and Zimbabwe. Group C has Nigeria, Tunisia, Uganda, and then Tanzania. Group D has Senegal, DR Congo, Benin, and then Botswana. Group E has Algeria, Burkina Faso, Equatorial Guinea, and then Sudan. Group F has Cote d'Ivoire, Cameroon, Gabon, and then Mozambique. This group will be very tough because you have Cameroon in there and then Cote d'Ivoire also in there. Where Group C is Nigeria and then Tunisia, 2 big giants as well. Group B has Egypt and South Africa, and then Group A has Morocco and then Mali, another 2 big giants. And Group E also has Algeria and then Burkina Faso, another 2 big giants on the continent of Africa. Don't forget that Black Stars couldn't qualify for this year's AFCON after Sudan for almost so brilliant. And so the Black Stars are not going to take part in this year's AFCON, which is very sad. Very sad because AFCON without Ghana is not an AFCON. Black Stars should be there, but unfortunately, we couldn't qualify for the AFCON, but we are going for the World Cup. And so the first match in this year's AFCON will be between Morocco and the Comoros, which will be played on 21st of December 2025. It will be on a Sunday, 7 p.m. GMT. Then that game will start in the AFCON. And so this is something small about this year's AFCON. I made the home news kakra about on this particular channel. And so if you are new here, please subscribe, give us a comment, share this video, and also put us on post notification. As and when the tournament approaches, I'll be bringing you guys an update on how things are going. But one thing that I will say before I end this video is that Morocco has done well in hosting this year's AFCON, because if you look at the kind of stadiums, infrastructures, and everything that they've put in place in Morocco, this tournament to be a success, because everything is like, if you look at their stadiums, everything is standard, European standard stadiums and training pitches and everything. And so Morocco has done well in hosting this year's AFCON. Remember, they were supposed to host it in 2015. Sorry, I think that was in 2015, but due to the Ebola outbreak and all that, they didn't host that particular tournament. And so that is how things are going. My name is General. I will see you in our next episode. I'm out.